drop them a few times. Okay. So, yay, you guys, I'm so glad. Like I said, I picked a really small group just to kind of connect with. A lot of you guys are ones that Quita's on here. She's old like me. Quita, we're like the only old ones on here. But I like to connect with you guys, and I want to make a game plan. A lot of you guys are kind of in this same area and with your business and getting started and going for Ruby and higher. And so, and then for some of us like Quita and I, this is just stuff that we do for some of our newer team members and stuff. So, this is just easier, you guys, than trying to schedule like a separate one with every single one of you, which some of it I have to do anyways because it doesn't work for everybody. But I am super excited. So this month, you guys, we are starting, well, I guess we still have a little bit left, but we're starting like the last quarter of the year. And this has always been one of my favorite times of the year. I also think it's one of the most important times of the year in this business for us because it is when I see a lot of momentum that is built. And going into the new year, you guys, we have everything to offer people for all of their New Year's resolutions. And the way that you have huge momentum is by working your buns off starting now. And the thing that I like about it too is, you guys, summer, people are distracted. Like summer, it's kind of like they're at that point where they're like, damn, I'm already in a swimsuit. This is what I look like. Like it is what it is. Like I missed the boat, like that type of thing. But then it's funny because it's like they party, they're, barbecuing, they're vacationing, they're doing all these things. And it's funny because as soon as people get back to school, they're in routine again. And they're starting like, okay, I got to eat right again. I need to like start meal prepping. I need to get back to the gym while the kids are back in school or whatever it is. But it's like a huge boom in our business. In routine, I always say this, you guys, yes, school brings like a busier schedule, but honestly, routine is so good. And so even for myself, I just noticed a big difference. Like sometimes when you're out of routine, it's like you're all over the place and you're like, holy crap, I'm exhausted, but I didn't get anything done today. But like when you're actually in routine, people are getting things done. Busy schedules means that you are interacting with a lot more people. So same for me, sports are started, school started, after school events. You guys, I run into so many other moms that like there's no reason why I wouldn't be in person talking to people about It Works. I was just talking to Tan too about even just wearing my gear. Like I had went and picked up Grady from golf today and I had my It Works tank top on and I already had a mom that was like, wait a minute, you sell those wraps? And you guys, I've never talked to her in my life. I was like, yeah. So people know the It Works name. That never used to be the case. Like people would be like, what's It Works? Or what's this, and it was literally like I had to start the conversation from square one. Hold on one second. Grady, I need you to get out of the room for a little bit. Yes. Okay. So anyways, so it was like you had to start. And so many times people were like, oh my gosh, I think it's like, what do I say or whatever. Now, you guys, it's been around that people are starting to know. Like they've probably seen it on Facebook. Maybe they've heard of it from a friend or they saw something like that. So it's really nice because they're already asking about it. And I was telling Tam the same thing. Like I sign up to do field trips or whatever it may be. So that way I can be interacting on a daily basis. Yes, I'm busy. Am I stuck behind a computer? Am I just sitting at home working all day long? No. But to be honest with you guys, that is actually harder to work this business doing that than if you are out and about. So, so many times I think people think they're at a disadvantage when they are working a full-time job. They have this going on. They have that going on. And in all reality, I feel like that was a huge advantage. And it was a huge advantage for me. And even having my kids back in school is a huge advantage. Brooke's starting at a preschool that I've never been at, a big advantage for me. So kind of train your mind to think of some of these things. Like when you're busy, that is an advantage because you are around a lot more people than if you were just sitting at home and had nothing to do. Okay, so awesome things that are coming up though this month, you guys. So they're really pushing us to party, right? And I know a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, I joined this business and I was not going to party. Like I'm going to build totally off of social media. That's what I wanted to do. And that is 100% okay, but you can still do parties online. Okay, so, and the best thing that I can tell you to do is I think that every single one of us should have a party. And even if you've had one before and it didn't work, then what you're going to do is you are going to take a new approach on it. And maybe before you just friended people, right? And you just added them to the party and you hope to God that they saw it. This time, why don't you set it up? Wait a week, make sure you're sending out some personal messages saying, hey, I'm going to be doing an online party. You know, we have some awesome things going on, or you could even do it with the $500 shopping spree that's going on. But you guys, you have seen them because I've done them. They are recorded, so you can go back and watch them. And the thing that I think is so great is people want to hear from you. So Chelsea's people, they don't want to hear from me because they don't know me, but they know Chelsea. So Chelsea, even if you go on there and you go live and you only go live for 20 minutes and you're like, oh crap, I forgot something. It does not matter. It 100% does not matter. But the thing is, you guys, is people need to hear your excitement. They need to hear your passion. They need to know that you are doing this business and that if they were to join you, that you're not going anywhere and that you're excited about what you're doing. So I would tell you, get a party booked, whether it be online, in person. The nice thing is, you guys, if you can do it in person, you have the opportunity to make Wrap Cash, which puts money in your pocket instantly. And so for me, you guys, that was so big in the beginning for me, right? Because I didn't have this residual paycheck that I had built for 5.5 years. Like, I was going for the now money, which is where a lot of you guys are at. And that is what excited me. That's what excited me to keep going my 6th month in the business, my 7th month in the business. Or when I hit a hard spot in this business, I was like, I don't even care. Like, I literally just doubled, or I kind of keep myself in check. And I'm like, Sarah, you doing this for an extra $500 and you're making more than that. Or you may double that in Wrap Cash without even your commission check, you know? But you guys, I didn't make that by not doing anything. I didn't make that by not making my opportunity to wrap people. I didn't make that cash by waiting for people to come to me. Like, I was shouting it out. I was like, hey, I have 8 wraps on hand. If you've wanted to try this wrap, you can try one for $25, or you can get an entire treatment for $59. And from there, I would just say first come, first serve. Kind of shows that there's some urgency there, you guys. You have no idea who's watching. You know, and so a lot of times, even for some people, they're like, hey, no one's commenting or no one's liking my stuff. I 100% want to tell you, not just to fill your arse full of air, but just to say, like, they don't comment. The ones that are going to join you or order, they don't even like your stuff. And I know that because people would write me and say, hey, you know, like, I want to join your team or whatever. I don't even know that. Like, Quita, I don't think that she ever liked my post. Like, she was just like, what in God's name are you doing? And why haven't you told me about this? Like, that's how our conversation went. And then from there, we talked about it. I think Jess followed me for a while, but I don't even remember Jess liking a single one of my posts. So, but she reached out to me, and when she was ready, she was ready. And it wasn't because she watched me for 2 days. It was because she literally had been watching for a year. And the thing is do you want to wait a year for somebody to join you? No. But you're going to find the people in between that are not going to take a year to join. I didn't take a year to join, or, you know, there's other people that didn't either. And in the midst of that, you're still going to be here in a year. So when you have an awesome person like Jess that wants to join, you're still here, you guys. You're going to be diamond. You're going to be double diamond, whatever it may be at that year mark. But you have to kind of put yourself out there. Make sure that your business sign is on every single day, and you have to be excited about making opportunity. And I think that's one of the hardest parts for people is they think like people are just going to come to you, or maybe like, oh gosh, people just come to Sarah to sign up as a loyal customer. You guys, people don't know I'm an ambassador. They don't even know what the heck that means. And I don't necessarily talk about that because I think sometimes that's super intimidating. However, you guys, I do offer to wrap people, which is why I get to wrap people. If I know that somebody, I just had a girl reach out to me today. Actually, nothing about it works, but randomly is in my area. And she is one that I literally just wrote down on my list, you guys. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if she likes my posts or any of my Insta stories over the next couple days. And if she does, I'm going to ask her if she's interested in the product. And if yes, I'm going to ask her, hey, do you have some friends that you think would want to wrap with you? If so, I'll wrap you for free. Like, boom. That is just literally setting up a party that's probably going to be 4 or 5 people. And you guys, you have no idea what that turns into. That is all I did. Like nonstop was wrap people, wrap people, wrap people. And that got me to diamond in 3 months. So here's the thing to ask yourself, you guys. Like, you can think, I didn't want to do that. But then also on the flip side, ask yourself, but would you want to be diamond in 3 months? Would you like to be diamond going into December and having an extra $2,000 for a paycheck? That doesn't even include your wrap cash or anything else to go shop for Christmas. Like, would you want to do that? You know, so like you have to think, like if that's what you would want to do to bring in that volume, to grow that paycheck, to double it, to triple it, you have to be wrapping people. You have to be willing to make your opportunities. So I will tell you that the people that I have seen in this business go fast and literally go diamond in 3 months, you guys, are people that were wrapping people that were willing to put themselves out there and do this business in person. And yes, they were using social media, but that's not the only thing they were using. And the thing is, we are going to talk about social media and just like that there's five things that you can do consistently each day, and you can break them up. It doesn't matter, but you can't just do like 2 of them. You need to do all 5 to make sure you're kind of getting all aspects of the business. And I'm going to talk to you guys about those. Jess, we had gone over that. That's the if Pam thing. And I just think it's really specific, you guys, and it helps really well. But they are telling us to party. So you guys, I want every single one of us to be holding a party. Whether it worked last time, the time before, it really doesn't matter. I will tell you, I had 2 parties completely fail on me. And then from there, you guys, I was like, I'm going to wrap people. Like, I just have to do one-on-ones. And that was fine. And it took me like 15 minutes. And you guys, you have to think, if it takes you 15 minutes to sign up one LC, how long is it taking you right now? And how many days about posting and doing those things to sign up one LC from social media? You know what I'm saying? So be excited about wrapping people. On the flip side of that, there are going to be people who bail on you. Okay. And there are people who bail on me. I was talking to somebody else about that. You guys, that don't take that stuff personally. Usually it's like fear of something or somebody got in their ear, you know, whatever it may be. But I have people do that to me all the time. You know what, you guys, it does not throw me off my step one bit, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm like, they're the ones missing out. Like, that sucks for them. And I will even kind of call them out. I'll just say like, hey, what changed? Like, you're the one who wanted to do this. You wanted to wrap. Like, what got in the way of that? And if it was just something came up in their day, okay, perfect, you guys. But then you know what? Honestly, reschedule. Who cares? You know, and then when the day comes again, like, I do a follow-up and say, hey, I just want to make sure that we're really meeting up today because I've scheduled my day around it. Be okay saying that. Because you are scheduling your time, and your time is just as important as theirs. So, but also know, you guys, I don't give up on those people, but I am not going to like wait around for those people. Or, you know, like Tan said, she just had like 3 people that were supposed to order at the end of the month. So did I. You guys, my goal is to have those be my three first. Well, they're not going to be my first because I already sent a couple, but I want them to be like in the first couple of weeks. I'm hoping that they'll be my customers this month. You know, so if they aren't there yet, it just know like it's not a waste. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you feel yourself to get discouraged, but a lot of it's your mindset, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was a total flop, or that was a total waste. And it really isn't. You just have to know, as a business person, they stay on your list. When you do follow-ups and you send out literally 10 messages in 5 minutes to follow up with somebody, you guys, follow-up messages don't need to be long. Use your voice messenger, right? I do that all the time. You guys know that. You hear my voice all the time. And it might annoy you, it might not. But the thing is that I think it's nice because people can hear you, and they're more likely to respond, to be honest with you. And I think they also know, like, if they did flake on you, they're like, hey, Chelsea does want to help me, or Chelsea must see something in me if she's following up with me again, you know? So don't take it personally. Don't get discouraged. Keep them on your list. But also, I say to people, you cannot get caught in the waiting period, because you have to try to get your steps to success done. And that's going to be our biggest goal. So beyond partying, like, we are going to push each other this month to get your steps to success done. So even if this is your first month that you're like, holy heck, I just filled in every single freaking blank on my steps to success. Like, you are going to notice a huge difference in your business. You're going to watch it grow. You are going to have all new goals because you have 3 people now that you can try to help go Ruby. Plus, you'll have 3 new people that you're going to help party, right? So not only are you doing a party, but you can literally book 3 more parties by helping launch brand new businesses. Okay. And so even Chelsea, even if you're like, holy crap, it's really hard for me to get a party going, you might sign a distributor and she might have the network that people want to party, and you could have 5 parties. That is still partying. They don't necessarily have to be your people. Like, that's the other thing that you guys have to know. So for myself, just because we were partying, it wasn't always like, oh, Sarah's hosting 12 parties. It was more so like we were bringing on new people. And when we went to this party, we signed 2 new distributors. We went to go launch those 2 new distributors. And it kind of like had this effect. And you guys, those 400 boxes that you see on your map, like we were knocking those out in a 2-hour party. Like it wasn't taking 30 days to get somebody's volume to 400. So that's the big thing about partying. And I'm actually super glad that they're kind of going back to that, because I love it, because it gives you wrap cash, which gets you a win, and you will be 100% profiting in this business. Plus, using the wrap as a tool makes people fall in love with it. Like they can feel it working, and there's just no way around it. They want what you have. So whether it's going to be the business or a loyal customer, either way, you're building a check or you're building your team. Okay. So that's the party thing. So who's committed to at least starting to do parties and to ask who will host parties for them? Tan. Yes. Tan's like, I'm getting it. Oh, I was just seeing there's a live rap party going on a corporate page right now. Yeah. See, and that's the other thing I was going to talk about too, Quita, and I'm glad that you said that. So fall is really big. International, I don't know if any of you guys have international teams. If you don't, make sure that you check to see where we are. And if you know people that are internationally, whether it be for military or whatever it is, you guys, that's a huge thing to tap into as well, because we've barely even touched international. And so for Canada even, they are doing a boot camp, which for international means there will be some big growth, because they are going to launch a new product for them and get some more of our products that aren't there are now going to be available there. And then at the end of this month, you guys, they're opening a whole new product line that is going to be open in the US first. Like that is huge. And I don't know what it is, but a part of me feels like it's keto. Quita, did you hear me? I feel like it's keto, because Mark was talking about just stuff that he's been doing with this nutritionist and for his health or whatever. And so I think it's like keto design, which I think is actually super, super cool. And that actually makes me incredibly excited. And for those of us that maybe have been in a little bit, or even if you've gotten your first 4 customers, when this new one comes out, like we will be reaching out to every single customer we've ever signed, because it's an entire line. Like it's not just one product, like it's an entire line that they're going to be releasing, which will be super excited. So if we are working super hard for these first 3 weeks, think of all the seeds that you planted, and then all of a sudden you're going to have this ammo to use on top of it at the end of the month. So there's that. They are still doing the Jeep giveaways. And so the Jeep giveaway is when you sign up a distributor and they get 4 loyal customers, you get a Jeep entry. Okay, so they still have those. They're doing 2 of those, giving away 2 of those. I want one to go to Sedona, so that's where I want to go with my Jeep. And then they have the $500 shopping spree. So let's talk about that for a second. So that is insanely gigantically huge. And this, if you don't know necessarily what to say to somebody about this, I'm going to explain this to you. So when I joined, it was $100. Okay, $100, you get free product. You could pick whatever you wanted. So now it's a lot different, because you can pick shirts and all those types of things, which is so crazy awesome. We couldn't do that for us. But the thing is, you guys, is for even $100, I got 2 boxes of wraps and made $200 because it's free. So that is what I did. Knowing, you guys, okay, so knowing, I want you to hear this, because for those people that tell you, oh my gosh, I want to join, but I don't have the money to join, or I'm scared to lose money because I don't have any to lose. Okay, we got it. This is why you absolutely 100% need to do this business. I always say, if you don't have $99 to join, then you need to do something different, right? And so at some point you have to make a decision to not feel stuck like that. and it has to start from somewhere. Why not have it be something where you have literally no risk of doing something, okay? This, like, to me, it's an absolute no-brainer. And I say that, you guys, because I was crazy when I started. Like, I was like, I cannot lose money. Like, if I do this, like, how do I make this? You know, like, I asked those questions because that was really important to me. So when I hear people say that, I'm like, yeah, I got you. Like, so was I. You know, I wasn't where I am right now. And so this is the thing, you guys. So in the beginning, I had $100, right? I got 2 boxes of wraps. And I had 8 wraps. I committed to wrapping 8 people. I made $200. Did I go spend $200 cash? No. I put away $100 plus $20, and then I had already profited $80, right? And I put the $120 away for my website and my auto ship for the next month, hoping that I could use the products that was coming in my auto ship because I hadn't tried a single product. Okay, you guys, they're getting $500 for helping 4 people. That is it. So not only will you get a $100 fast start bonus, yay, right? You get $100 on a Friday. So again, is your auto ship paid for it? Boom. Like, you can use the products if you want to, or if you're going to be committed to doing parties, go make Wrap Cash. You're going to have Wrap Cash plus you can, you've already got an extra $100. So you guys think about this. So now they're getting $500. They literally can get 8 boxes of wraps. Yeah, they can get 8 boxes of wraps. Okay, so that's, if they went and sold those wraps and you're partying with them and they have people that want to try the wrap first and we're teaching them how to make these opportunities, that's $800 in Wrap Cash. Plus they're getting a box of wraps in their kit. So it is completely risk-free. On top of that, if it's somebody that has never like tried our products, you guys, they can easily, I mean, say maybe they want to profit $500 like I did. I would have had the opportunity to use $300 worth of product that I wanted on my wish list without coming out of pocket. Or I could have used $200 in product and like go get myself a couple shirts. You guys, I didn't even allow myself to buy myself a shirt until I think I was like, sorry, until I was like Ruby or something silly. Sorry, I have to drink water. You guys, we have this like weird cough going around in our house. But anyways, so the $500 shopping spree is insanely awesome for people, okay? It takes out everything for them. So in the next few days, if you were to say like, Sarah, I have some crazy busy days, what would I do? Honestly, I would be posting about that. I would probably go live and say why I decided to do It Works. I would say my vision and kind of project where I'm headed to with It Works, what my goal is. And then I would be messaging people about this opportunity and asking them to join me and saying like why I think that they would be great at this. Hold on, let me get my husband for a second to get my kids. Yeah, Mama's done. Okay, so that is the $500 shopping spree. Does that make sense, you guys? So when you're talking to people, so that, and that's an easy way too. Like if you have already, like if you've said to yourself, like I've been working, I've been messaging people, you guys, this is a really easy follow-up. Like super easy. Like, hey, I know you've been thinking about this. We've kind of talked back and forth. Right now, this is what you have going on. Voice message them. Maybe if you wrote them on Facebook last time or you text message them, voice message them. Explain what this $500 actually is. And I just had one today that said, you know, like, I don't have $99. Like, and she was like, I'm kind of embarrassed to say that. And I just said, at some point you have to get yourself unstuck. And I said, so even if you borrowed the money and you are legit serious about doing this business, like you will have that $100 back instantly. Like you can have it back and you would pay somebody right back and you would go this way, right? And so that's what she's probably going to end up doing due to this. Because, I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you go when you get a $500 shopping spree? So that's what I would be doing over the next little while to use your time wisely. Plus, obviously, if you get people to join your team earlier in the month, you have a lot longer to try to help them get their 4 loyal customers, to help them get their volume going, get their parties launched, and you could be executive or Ruby or headed to Emerald. So does that kind of make sense to kind of, this is where you would want to put your time right at the current moment? Let me see. Sorry, you guys, this thing's being weird. Okay, so other thing that, like Quita said, I had this on my notes actually. You guys, you want to make sure you're plugged in, okay? and this doesn't mean that you have to be watching pages all day long, but like every single night, I remember in the beginning when I was working obviously odd hours because I did night shift and I did overtime and all that stuff. But I always like went and checked the corporate page. I went and checked Mike and Pam's page. I just made them as like see first, right? So then you get notifications like, oh, Mike is live or Pam is live or so-and-so's live. You want to be doing that. Our field development, I'm going to write their names right now, but Aspen and Cami Dempsey, like if you are not following them, you should be. They are constantly grabbing ambassadors. They're grabbing people who have just newly promoted to insane ranks. They are, like Quita said, doing rap parties. So if you wanted to see like, how the heck do I do an online rap party? You would be able to see that on there. There are so many different things. So that is the stuff, you guys, that I plugged into because like some people may think like, oh, she got ambassador because she had this huge network or she's, super talkative or she's this or that. Really, I am super talkative and friendly and I love people, but it wasn't that I had this huge network. It was just that, you guys, I was determined. I was looking for change and I wasn't going to settle for anything less than that. So like I've told you before, I wasn't looking for an excuse for me not to work my business. I was looking for every opportunity in my day to squeeze in moments to work my business. Okay. So there's a big difference there. You either want it and then you have some people who wish for it. And then you have some people who are like, they are okay being where they're at. And they don't care that they don't have options. They don't care that they don't have choices. And that's okay, you guys, but that doesn't have to be you just because somebody else chooses that. So anyways, make sure you're plugged in on there. How long is the $500 shopping spree going? What did they say? What was the date? The 10th? I think it's the 10th. Yeah. The 10th, and I think it's to like 11:59 Central Standard Time usually. That's usually what it is. So it's through the 10th. So you guys, you have to think to yourself, so make sure you're following them. If you're not, I put them on See First. They are doing a lot of insane, awesome things. Cami was just literally did a thing today about growing your list, growing your network, growing your hundreds list, which is something we should be doing every single day. And so if you're kind of like, what the heck, I need to go get some tips on that, go watch it. Like put earbuds in at night when you're laying next to your husband once they're asleep or whatever it is. That is exactly what I did. Like I would just put them on, I'd watch it and like go to bed. And that way you get the information and you're still relaxed, like you're still doing your thing, right? Okay, power hours. This is what I want to break down for you guys. And this one you might want to take notes because I think it's just easy. It's simple. Literally, I'm going to tell you to set a timer. You can do there's 5 categories. You can do each one for like, some of them you might do for 15 minutes, but I say like you can go 10 to 12 minutes on every single one. And the thing is I legit set my timer so that I don't get stuck like just scrolling. And I don't get stuck like just doing one thing and then I hadn't messaged anybody for the day, right? So I literally do my timer so that way I'm hitting all aspects of the business, okay? So the acronym is IFPAM. So IFPAM. And the I stands for interact, okay? So the I stands for interact. And this is the ways that I do. So first thing I always do is I go and I see whose birthdays it is, right, on Facebook. I always say happy birthday to people. It's easy way. Usually people are like thankful or they go and see. Maybe they're like, wait, who's Chelsea? Or who's Nora? Like that was really nice to them. I don't really know how I know that. Then it brings them to your page, right? And if you go to your page or whoever's page, you should be able to have some post somewhere that show that you're doing what you are doing and that your business is open, right? And that's the important part of staying consistent. So that way, when you are interacting, it goes and pays off, right? So I do birthdays. Make sure that when you are making your actual list, like when you're growing your network, I write down people's names because they are people that I don't know. So like when I go on Facebook, if I don't know this person, like I'm not going to remember to go find her page. However, when I have a list of people, I literally type their names in and I go and I see if they posted for the day, I go and I like things. I comment on things. And I don't just like comment with hearts or say like, oh, cool or whatever. Like I put thoughtful comments in there. Because if Nora all of a sudden goes and she's commenting on this person's page for a week, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, like what, let me see what Nora's about. Like they bring it over and you guys, you're going to get a lot more people interacting with you. Like this is where if you're that person that's kind of waiting for people, like you have to do something to bring them to your page, right? So interacting is insanely important, big time. So, or like say, Chelsea, say you even write a post and people are commenting. A lot of times, you guys, I wasn't going back and like responding to comments because it was just like something like, oh, they're cute, or they're this or that, they're that, or it was for my boys or something. It wasn't like necessarily somebody asking for more information. Well, I've learned to like go back and comment, because then it like literally notifies them like, hey, Sarah responded to you. So then it brings them back to my page again. So if you've just posted about this $500 shopping spree, like you might have 20 people that now just go and see your brand new post about that. So you want to make sure that you're interacting. So that's the other thing I do. Go back to post. I told you that. So those are the things I do, you guys. I comment on other people's stuff. I like their stuff. I do the birthdays, and I make sure I go back and I respond to comments that have been put on my stuff. Okay. So whether, it doesn't even matter if it's It Works post or not, but you just want to be interacting to build relationships with people. So whether the time comes that they either reach out to you or you reach out to them, it doesn't matter. Like that's not a cold message. Like you guys have been responding in some ways, right? So F is follow-up. Okay, so each one, you guys, I just put that I do it for like 10 minutes. So F is follow-up. So we all know that the fortune is in the follow-up, because most people are not going to join instantly. And honestly, other than Quita, I don't think most of you, like I had talked to a lot of you for a long time, actually. Or maybe you were my loyal customer first, right? But at some point I like said to you like, hey, you love the product. Like, why wouldn't you try this? So the fortune is in the follow-up. So make sure that you have your list. People that have said like, hey, I want to order on this date, you guys write them down in your calendar. Like I literally in my little like planner, I have like so-and-so ordering wraps on payday, right? So Fridays, I have tons of people usually that I'm following up with. Are every single one of them going to follow through? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. Like it takes 2 seconds to write a follow-up message, right? So that's, again, I literally spend 10 minutes to do that, but I do that every single day. And you guys, half of the time, 3 of these things that I do are done during pickup of my kids at school. Like if I have to sit in the freaking car lane for whatever. So this is when I'm doing some of those things. Let me see. Yes, if you aren't making a list, I promise you are going to forget people. So when you're here 5 years later, like you are not going to remember that you messaged so-and-so the first 3 months that you were in this business. Okay. And those aren't people that just because they haven't joined you, like it's easy as like, this is why I say to people, like, there's never a moment where I don't have somebody to not message, because I go back even to that, or I go back to my steps to success from the previous months and I see who my customers were. And I'm like, hey, maybe they're interested in upgrading to a distributor. Maybe they would love to use the product. And now with the $500 thing, like they love the product. Why not get $500 in free product? And you know, you guys, you never know who's going to love the business. There's a lot of people that join the business for the free product. And then they realize like, hey, I just got 4 customers. I'm going to try to do that again next month. And then they do it next month. And then they're like, wait, I'm doing this. Like, what if I could actually promote? Like, there's a lot of us that started with that mindset. So it doesn't have to be somebody that's joining your team that thinks they're going to be a bajillionaire. Okay. Most people are not going to realize that they can be a bajillionaire because of It Works. So be okay with them joining for whatever reason that seems fit for them, right? Whether you're like, God, they could dream so much bigger. What's awesome is that we have an opportunity to say that to somebody. Like, we don't have to say, oh man, I hope that they can make that. Like, we just know like they can probably triple that goal, you know? So that's what's awesome about it. So that's F. P is posting, okay? For sure, post daily. And I tell people this, quality over quantity, okay? I do not want that every single one of your posts to be It Works related. I'm telling you, I do not want that, okay? So I want you to mix in your normal life. Like if you were not doing It Works, what would you be posting about? If it's negative, I don't want you to post that, okay? We're not going to do that. It Works is going to bring you positivity. So this is the thing. I want you to show what you're doing. You can post whatever interactive posts or whatever it is, but I do want you to somehow post daily about something about It Works. So maybe it's something that you love. Maybe it's the reason why you joined. Maybe it's about the $500 free shopping spree. Maybe it's about a before and after of somebody on our page that just showed, you know, their great results. Or maybe it's one of the posts that you share about how this business can change somebody's lives when we're doing the Freedom Friday post. Like, you can share those from the team page. Like, that is why we share them for you guys. Not only to show you like, hey, this is what this business can do. Yes, this person joined just as skeptical as you did. Yes, they joined and they didn't have the $99, but this is what they turned it into. But those are things that you can also share, okay? So you should never really have a hard time trying to figure out like, what in the world should I post today, right? You just mix them up, but you want to post daily. I always say, be you, be authentic. Like, you can take ideas from somebody else, but like tweak it to your wording. You might not love selfies, but people, I promise you, they like to see your face. So whether you like selfies or not, I didn't either. I still don't know the perfect angle or all those things that some people do, but I'm telling you, they like to see your face. So think about that too. I told you those, shouting your vision now. Okay. Oh, the other thing I do, you guys, on my phone, which makes posting 10 times easier, and I usually do this at night, but like, say if I post a picture of something, you guys, or maybe I post a before and after, right? And you really like it, I go and I save it, but I instantly save it to like an album. So a lot of them I'll be like, oh, the wraps, or I'll do like total transformation, which that usually means like somebody who's used like 5+ products, right? But I do that because like I'll do Transformation Tuesday, but I already know, instead of scrolling through like thousands of photos on my phone to try to find this one freaking before and after picture, I literally will go to my album and I like go and grab whatever one I want from there. And like, that's what I post. So as you save pictures, make albums on your phone. So whether it's motivation, maybe you really love that one, right? Those are usually pretty easy, but if it's a motivation thing, like I have those ones there. I do like rap ones. I do opportunity ones. I literally will do ones from events, like so where I'm been on a One Team One Mission, or where I'm in my It Works gear, or whatever it is. Like I'll do ones like that just to show like, okay, when I do an opportunity post, I'll probably steal one of those from there. So like if you see pictures that you really like about like even working from home, maybe it's a computer and a setup or whatever, keep them there and do like work from home, like album. And then that way, when you go to talk about working from home and making some extra money on the side, you literally, it takes you 2 seconds, because I was catching myself spending way too much time scrolling, trying to find certain pictures for my certain posts. And so I just do this every single night. I take like 2 minutes to do that, you guys. And it's like just 10 times better. And I even will get rid of some of the ones that are in my albums. Like if I'm like, oh, I have a lot of way better ones than that one, I just kind of put the other ones to the wayside and I get rid of them. So that is how I keep my posting super simple, and I keep it so it's quick. So posting probably won't take you 10 minutes, right? But maybe it will. And if you get a post out right away and you have some extra time and you have maybe like 5 minutes left, think of a post that you could do the next day. And literally write it out on your phone in your notes. And then that way, you know, if your day gets away from you, like 100%, you already have a post for tomorrow. So kind of think ahead, right? It might not take you 10 minutes. A is adding to your network. Okay, so that's A, adding to your network. So using hashtags. So say, like Chelsea's Prego. So she could do like expecting mom, or like, you know, she could just say, like, I'm sure people like hashtag Prego, you know, like all those things. Like if Chelsea, you could go in your Facebook, you could do hashtag this. So something maybe that you're going to use as hashtags, and it's going to bring up those people that are using the same hashtags. What I love about that, you guys, is it's bringing up people that you would have something to relate to. Right? So like one of the girls was saying like she has a French, like a little Frenchie dog. What are they called? French bulldogs or something like that. Or Jess has 2 boxers, right? So like if she did like boxer mom or like boxers or whatever, like they would pull up all these people that obviously have boxer dogs. So really easy, you guys, to add those people to your network, because you would have something in common. They're more than likely going to see Jess posting about her dogs and be like, oh my gosh, you have 2, or you have this, or I have my dogs. Like, what's your dog's name? Easy conversation starter. So think of hashtags, think of things that interest you. You can even go hashtag those things, but adding to your network. Just like Tan said, you can think of like different groups that you can find. Maybe it's an author that you like. Maybe it's a singer. Maybe it is you want to be a part of a mom group. Maybe you find a group that you actually can go to something in person. Whatever it is that can add to your network. And then obviously for myself, you guys, if I'm out and about, most days I have It Works stuff on. So whether it's a hat or something or a shirt, like I specifically change into that stuff because I know like I am going to blitz when I'm out and about. Like I am probably going to talk to somebody about what I do, or, you know, they're like, how do you get to do this or that? And I'm like, oh, I run my business from home. You know, like there's something that will probably come up. So adding to your network on the go, like fall in love building this business in person. I promise you, like it makes this business 10 times more fun. Okay. And it actually won't even stress you out, because there'll be days that you're like, oh, I actually just made 4 new contacts. And you know what? That may take away from the A when you go to sit down. Maybe you only have to do the I, F, P, and the M at the end, right? Because you've already been adding to people to your network. And that's what I was telling Tan today. She was just at a big mom group, and I'm like, hey, slowly start adding some of these people to your pages. And because you made that connection, like now it's not weird. Like as soon as I meet a mom, whether it's through sports or at like school or wherever it is, you guys, I friend them. Like I'm not waiting for us to become best friends before I connect with them on Facebook or social or like Instagram or whatever. Like if I've had a conversation with them, I got introduced to them, I go and I find them and I friend them. And no one ever has been weirded out by me yet. And you guys, I did just friend somebody that kept popping up the other day on my suggested friends, and I could see that she's in Arizona, and my suggested friend is not somebody that does It Works, and so I friended her, and she was like, hey, do I know you? You know, like that dreaded question that we're all like, oh, dear God, you know? And I just said, I'm like, you know what? I don't think we do, but it just kept suggesting you as a friend to me. And I said, and I love connecting with other moms, and I said, so I hope it's okay that I added you. You guys, she was so nice. She was just like, oh my God, of course it is. Like, I'm the same way, blah, 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 blah. And so that's all I said. I just was like, I hope it's okay that I added you or whatever. And you guys, she's liking all of my stuff. Like, if I would have been weirded out and been like, I'm just not going to respond to that question. Like, I have no idea if she could be somebody. Maybe she's somebody that's going to host a party this month. Maybe it's somebody that I'm going to go meet for coffee and our kids can play and we end up talking about It Works. Like, I have no idea. But the thing that I've learned is that I am willing to create those opportunities so that way I am able to talk about It Works to somebody new. You know, I am able to offer it to somebody, because the truth is just like you and I, there are so many people looking for an opportunity like this. And you have to remember that. Like, not just you are looking for it. Like, there are so many other people. So you have to remember that. So make sure you're adding to your network. It doesn't have to be a certain number a day, but just take 10 minutes and do it. 10 minutes every single day. Okay. And the last one is messaging people. Posting is not asking. Okay. So I want you to know that. Posting is not asking. It is not the same thing. So you have to ask people. You have to talk to people. You have to engage in conversation. So the other thing that I tell people is, you know, when you're on Facebook, it has like the little green light over there when people are on. You could see that they're on, right? The green light means they're on. Perfect time to message them. Perfect time. So I scroll through that every single night when I sit down. Once the boys are in bed, usually around 8:30, I sit down and those are the people that I'll message. Like, I'll go through, some of them are follow-up, some of them are people maybe like, yeah, okay, I'm going to quit being a chicken. I'm going to message this girl about this. The other thing that I do is I go through my Insta stories and I start messaging through that. It is not, a message doesn't always have to be about It Works. It could just be starting that conversation, okay? So just remember that. Just like posting doesn't always have to be about It Works. You don't want every single one of your posts It Works related. And messaging, same thing. Just start talking to people. It will come up in conversation. Or maybe the next time, you know what, that person might be excited to reach out to you, Nora, because maybe she feels comfortable now that you started a conversation with her. So I message through Insta Story all the time. Like, it is a game changer, that Insta Story. So that is where a lot of my messages come from as well. So that is the If Pam, you guys. And I'm telling you, it is like the best thing. And for me, because I do this full time now, I probably do that for sure twice a day. I sit down and go through those things. That's my goal, if not 3 times. Okay. And I'm telling you, it is keeping me way better on track. So I'm like not just only getting a post done, I'm literally getting all the things that need to come together to make it happen for your steps to success to get filled out, okay? And you know, if you're getting your steps to success done, you are profiting no matter what in this business. So that's the awesome thing, and that's why it's our goal. Okay, I have to see if there's anything else on here. Oh, okay, and this is the last thing. So for all of us that are here on this one that I hand-picked on here, for anybody that completes their steps to success this month, I am going to send you out a sample party pack. Okay, so this is something that I would use, or the tools, or whatever it is that I use to do an online party when I go live, an in-person party, whatever it is. I'm going to send where it has little different samples in it. And so that way you feel 100% comfortable, or you can say like, hey, I actually have stuff that you can, have your hands on, or do whatever it is that you want. So for anybody who completes their steps to success this month, they will be receiving a sample party pack from me. Okay? Okay, who has questions? You can unmute yourself. Don't be shy. Anybody? What in the world? You guys are so quiet. Okay, you guys, if you don't have questions, then I can let you go. And I recorded this. So once I get it there, if you have anybody that you're like, yeah, they really couldn't be on here, not that they didn't want to be on here, but they just couldn't because they were working or whatever it is, please message me, because then I'll get you the recording and then we can share it with them. I'm going to stop it right